you said something decades ago about cameras becoming smaller and people being able to make their own movies, no hassle. It has become such. And by the way, I'm here talking to you being born of the internet and social media. Now, in the future, do you see technology playing a big part in transformation of the cinema, or it's going to be something more humane as new ideas? They might be using new technology, but the transformation comes from people. What do you think? It's going to come from the technology or people?
Well, that's a tricky question, because even the word technology implies the genius of human beings. But technology is not created to limit us. Technology is created to further us, and there will always be technology. I mean, the wheel is technology, but most of the great technology happened when we were playing with our children. Everything. I mean, in ancient times, they used to put heavy things on trees and roll them. And then with the little kid, they gave him a little thing to toy and some twigs, but he couldn't put the twigs, so they attached it, and they invented the wheel as a little toy for the kids. And then they said, well, let's build a big one. A movable type. We know about Gutenberg and the movable type, but there's a movable type on a cave painting, because you see big hands and little hands, and they blew. Gunpowder was invented by the Chinese to be fireworks to delight the children, and became gunpowder. The steam engine was originally a toy. So I think, yes, we will always be inventors of technology, but we should do it playing with our children, because that's when we are the most creative. And let's build robots that do the other kind of labor and toil, so we don't have to do it, which is totally fine. That's what I think is going to happen.
Interesting. And we are also seeing how artificial intelligence is taking place in this world. Do you think it's also possible to help cinema somehow?
Well, already that we're using artificial intelligence, but artificial intelligence, do you know what CRISPR is? CRISPR.
Yeah, I do.
You do. So two things that we have invented, one being CRISPR, the ability to cut our genes, and artificial intelligence, which is going to get a big boost shortly because of the quantum computer. Those are things that we have to keep in a box, because we don't want to fool with our genome, because we might cure your son's sickle cell anemia. That's okay. But if it gets into the big genome of us, we don't know the result. I mean, it could be in 50 years, all of a sudden a spider hair will come out of our head. We don't know. So people around the world, including China, have restricted fooling around with the human genome, and we have to also not allow artificial intelligence to just wander through the internet, because it can write code. And that's very dangerous, to have something so smart be able to have all the knowledge of the universe and write. You know how hard it is even without AI writing code today. I mean, you can't do anything without it saying, well, you got to go here and get the number there. And so be careful, keep those two things in a box.
Okay.